Hello and welcome to Up Close and Personal. Today I'm very honored to have all the way from Nigeria, Kingsley Kuku, a former member of parliament and a man with tremendous responsibilities. Hello sir and welcome to the show.
Thank you, Michael.
Okay sir, you are from the Niger Delta region of Nigeria, a region that's been showcased very greatly in the news. Some very positive work is being done at the moment. Can you begin by just telling me some of the stuff you've been working on?
Well, like you said, I was a member of parliament in the Niger Delta of Nigeria. As a matter of fact, 4 days after the expiration of my tenure as a member of parliament, I got engaged by somebody I call my godfather, Chief Timi Alaibi, who at that time was Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of Niger Delta Development Commission, which is a commission that was constituted by the then President of Nigeria, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, in 2001. I joined the commission in 2007 when I left the parliament, and I was engaged as Special Assistant to the Managing Director of NDDC on Peace and Conflict Management. Well, it's a region with so many conflicts, but these conflicts are not insurmountable. They are conflicts that can be handled. Worst cases have been experienced in so many areas in the world, and great minds have put themselves together to solve these problems. The Niger Delta crisis has been seen in so many quarters as insurmountable. For some of us who are from that place and who believe that God who put the Niger Delta people in that terrain, that provided oil of great value for the people of that region to develop and improve their lives in that place, never make any mistakes. So it is our responsibility to make things work in that place. The greatest challenge we have now has to do with the restiveness in the region and the way and manner to manage and handle this restiveness to the benefit of all and mankind. The Niger Delta people have been so agreed over years. It has nothing principally to do with Yar'Adua's government. President Yar'Adua came and actually inherited the problems, tremendous problems he came to inherit. Luckily for us, we have a brother, very amiable political figure in the vice president, who is also my own brother, my uncle, my mentor, Goodluck Jonathan. He's an Ijaw man, just like I am. So it is politically, a step has been made. A recognition, a principal recognition has been given to our people. Never in history of that country has the Niger Delta produced a number 2 person politically in that country.
Wow.
But amidst this restiveness, the Niger Delta people and their struggle have been recognized. We now have a cause to divinely now today talk about a vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Okay, so for those who are not familiar with the situation in the Niger Delta, how can we quickly summarize it before we move along?
Well, the situation in the Niger Delta is a pitiable one. The Niger Delta is the most nucleus of components that form the Nigerian nation. It is the territory that stretches from the western fringe of the larger Ijaw sector of Ondo State and the coastline, all the way through Delta, Bayelsa, Rivers, present-day Akwa Ibom, and Cross Rivers. That is what we call the natural Niger Delta. Of course, there is also a political Niger Delta, which includes Imo and Abia states. And that is what forms the Niger Delta Development Commission. The place has been so blessed with natural resources that has to do with oil, tremendous oil in quantity and quantum. This has been the survival source of the Nigerian nation. The people are aggrieved, true to kind, looking at what has been taken from the Niger Delta and the level of development, or the level of underdevelopment, better put, in the Niger Delta. Every reasonable man, every man who is sane, who has visited that place before, will be very, very sad. And the people are aggrieved. I have been one of those who commenced the intellectual struggle against the Nigerian state in 1998, when we made the Kayama Declaration in Kayama, present-day Bayelsa. So I know. But the level of violence we now experience was also, at a point, a response to violence that was a response to the agitation of the intellectual team. Now it is now difficult for government to handle this level of violence that is being visited now on oil multinationals, on expatriates, on Nigerians, on even the people of the terrain. People talk about criminal activities today. They want to separate sometimes the intellectual team, the genuine struggle of the Niger Delta people from certain activities that have been seen as criminal. In every struggle all over the world, these things are seen in the way they have been seen in the Niger Delta today. As much as you see some people being genuine with their agitation, you also see some people who exploit the situation to do a few funny things. These funny things must be undermined and looked into in accordance with the law. But the genuine struggle and agitation of the people must never be swept under these conditions of criminality in the region. The people are genuinely aggrieved. And the government of Yar'Adua is also showing signs of determination to solving this problem.
Wow.
For us in the Niger Delta Development Commission, under the able leadership of Timi Alaibe, he conceived and actually practicalized the process of engaging the youths of the region of criminal activities, of the hooks and nooks of death. So many of our youths are there. They are also willing to come out and enjoy the good things of life. But two things are involved. There is fear. This fear is constant. If we drop our guns and come out, are they not going to arrest us, prosecute us, and imprison us? That fear is there. The second thing is that I drop my gun, I come out. By the time I'm out, what will I do? How do I get myself reintegrated into civil life? It is not the responsibility of these youths who have been genuinely aggrieved to now look for a way of coming out. It is the responsibility of those of us who have not shown our grievances the way they have shown, who are in government, here at the level of the state, or in Lagos, or wherever you are, or in Abuja. It is our responsibility to encourage them to come out. And we must not set traps for them. We must be genuine about getting them out into civil life.
Wow.
Because in the first place, you are talking about the fact that people carry guns, or you are talking about the fact that people are being violent. The first issue to consider is that what led them into this violence. If you identify what led them into this violence, you now have to talk about, can we appease them to drop their guns? If they so drop their guns, how do we integrate them into civil society again? It is the simple responsibility of government and agencies which aims at to bring about peace and development anywhere in the world.
Okay.
And that is why the NDDC came up with this idea of deframing their minds, retraining them, reintegrating them, and empowering them through skill acquisition in so many ways. Mr. Timi Alaibe, my former MD, who of course just left the MDDC and handed over to an acting MD, conceived the whole of this idea, and the NDDC collaborated with Foundation for Ethnic Harmony in Nigeria, FEN, which is a non-governmental organization. It's a non-political organization that is involved in peace works and empowering people in areas that people are so aggrieved. Okay. And that is exactly what we are doing.
Okay. Sir, as you said, before we can tackle the issue at hand, we have to look at the causes of the issue. Yeah. The multinationals who are actually trading in the Niger Delta area, what is being done or said to them to manage the activities in ways that the indigents or the area will benefit from what they're doing?
Well, what I see is that the multinational corporations are victims of the entire system in Nigeria in terms of oil exploration activities. There is no multinational anywhere in the world. If you set your appropriate laws and regulations, and you don't just set them, you get them practiced and implemented, no multinational that is coming to take your oil is going to flout them and go scot-free. So it is the Nigerian situation that has encouraged a situation where multinationals with impunity do things that are anti-community. Basic social responsibility that is corporate for multinational corporations are not seen practiced in the Niger Delta. So by international standard, multinational activities in the Niger Delta are flawed, totally flawed.
Wow.
But I say vividly that I am not interested in blaming multinationals. If there are laws guiding their operations, and the Nigerian government or the Nigerian system, the legal system, and the political will to implement the legal system is sound, no multinational, be it Shell, Chevron, Texaco, Ajip, anywhere it comes from, will come and flout the laws of Nigeria in terms of exploration and mining.